It is match number 29 in the Conservation Games, and tonight we have, one person in Johannesburg and the other opponent in North Carolina and Charlotte exactly. Let's first of all welcome the furthest away. It's a very warm welcome to Zimbabwe-born golfer Brendan de Jong. Brendan, nice to have you playing the Conservation Games. I hope you're well.
Thanks, boss. Yeah, thanks for having me. Looking forward to it, and obviously very excited to be involved in such an unbelievably great initiative.
Brendan, what are you up to these days? Obviously, golf has been a little bit on the back burner with most sports worldwide, but are you managing to get any practice in? You got any plans to play again this year?
Yeah, I'm practicing a little bit, boss. But to be honest, hobby farming is what's going on at the moment. We've got goats and chickens and turkeys, and it's been actually very easy to stay amused for these last 3 months.
Yeah, but certainly, will you go back and play a bit of golf?
Yeah, I will. I'm, starting to miss it now. At first the break was actually welcome, but now I'm starting to get to the point where I'm itching to get out there and start competing again. Excellent.
And your opponent tonight, all the way in Johannesburg tonight, is Tawanda Chikasha. Tawanda, everybody, those that don't know you, you are famous because you did the Cape to Rio. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. And I salute you.
Thank you, Paz. Thank you for having me. It's great to join this great initiative, and it's great to compete against some top sportsmen from the homeland.
Excellent. What are you up to these days? Obviously, are you going to be venturing on a boat again?
Certainly will. As soon as we're allowed out of the house again. Probably end of the year, looking to do some offshore sailing again. And in the near future, do another Cape to Rio. Probably do a solo transatlantic sail in maybe 4 or 5 years.
What made you get into sailing? What gave you that passion to sail?
So it's actually quite a funny story. I was playing sports at university. I was part of the rowing team, and I was also part of the scuba diving team. And I met some friends who were part of the sailing team, and they asked me to join, seeing that I love the water so much. I joined it, gave it a bit of a go, and they were quite impressed with my skill. They said, let's train you up, let's get you out there. Started competing at high level in South Africa, and eventually came to do the Cape to Rio.
Wow. Excellent. Right, we're going to have a bit of fun. You've just been sent your questions, and I've got the coin here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let Brendan have the honor, being the furthest away. Brendan, my left or right?
You're right, boss.
My right, that means you lose the toss. Tawanda wins the toss, and he will get to go first. So, Tawanda, you have 4 questions to choose to ask Brendan de Jong.
Yes. So, Brendan, what was the name of the vessel I was on during the Cape to Rio?
The Ciao Bella.
Oh, he's been doing his homework. Ciao Bella is absolutely correct. 2 points there. Well done, Brendan. Right, next question.
Okay, this might be a bit of a tough one. How long is the distance of the Cape to Rio?
About 6,000 Ks.
It's a fairly. Would you give him something for that?
I'll give him.
It's actually 6,670, or 3,600 nautical miles, but certainly a good call there, Brendan. So maximum points, 4 points for you. As we go on to you asking Tawanda 2 questions of your choice about you.
All right, Tawanda. I went to college in the States. You know which one?
You went to Virginia Polytechnic.
Oh, these guys have been doing their homework. Okay, right, 2 points. No one's put a foot wrong yet.
All right, Tawanda. What was my highest ranking in world golf?
Oh, I think it was 11th.
I'll win.
11th.
Ooh, I think I looked this up earlier, but I just can't remember it now.
What was Brendan's highest ranking in world golf?
If it's not 11th, what was next? There's 30. 26?
That's your final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay, it's wrong. The correct answer is 58th.
Ooh, okay.
But not a bad try. So Brendan de Jong leads by 4 points to 2. Right. Your first question, the Lualangwa is your favorite park. Now, when you visit, you normally arrive in the closest town by air. Would you happen to know what that town is called?
We flew in there. Mfui.
That's correct. Excellent. 2 points to you there. Okay. Your second question, you said your favorite animal is the vervet monkey. Now, these are amazing creatures that provide endless entertainment in the bush, but can be a real pain if they live near to humans. Now, what color, you're going to laugh at this, but what color are the testicles or the scrotum of the males?
I've never paid that close attention, Bob. I'm going to go with grey.
Not grey. Okay. That's wrong.
Blackish grey.
Blackish grey. Okay. That's incorrect. So I'm going to let Tawanda try and pick up a bonus point here.
Okay, I believe they are blue.
Correct. That is correct. Squeeze
I
some.
thought that was like the baboon.
Well done,
Nope.
Tawanda. You pick up a bonus point there. Well done, Brendan. I'm sure lots of viewers and those watching the conservation games will certainly want to ask you that one of the proudest moments for you in your golfing career was being picked to play in the President's Cup under Nick Price.
Oh, Pa's brilliant, man. He was, Nick growing up obviously was an idol to all of us playing Zimbabwe junior golf. And then when I moved to the States, I got to know Nick much better. Our relationship got better and better, and I started spending a lot of time with him. And then obviously when that phone call came that said, "Hey, I'd love for you to come and play on our team," it was, dream come true. And to a man, you couldn't find a better guy to play for. Obviously, having grown up in Zim, embodied the whole team spirit, and everybody absolutely had a ball.
You must have been pretty nervous going out into the first tee on the first day.
Yes, as I tell you what settled me was I played with Ernie, and I could hardly put the peg in the ground on the first hole. I was shaking so bad, and I hit my tee shot down and walked off the first tee. And Ernie looks at me and he's like, "Yes, man, I haven't cut myself like that for a while." So that sort of put everything at ease. And obviously I said to myself, with Ernie having won all these majors is that nervous, then I should be feeling how I am. So it definitely put my mind.
Excellent. Right, Tawanda, let's move on to your conservation questions, and tell us about your favorite conservationist.
My favorite conservationist is Jacques Cousteau. So he pretty much pioneered marine conservation, and he co-founded and co-invented the aqualung, which was then transformed into what you know as scuba today. And that really just pioneered the way we look at our oceans today, the way marine life is studied, the way people can recreate, just sort of have recreation, sort of enjoy themselves. It really made a leap for us, just getting to know our oceans more.
Okay, right. Very interesting indeed. Now, your favorite animal is the elephant. Now, why do African elephants have large ears?
This is to disperse heat. So the large ears sort of disperse heat when it gets too hot, just because of the arid, hot climate here.
Okay, absolutely correct. 2 points. Well done. Okay, your next question. Now, seeing as Matusadona is your favorite park, now if you were sailing from Kariba to Tashinga, the main camp of Matusadona, what direction would you travel in?
Ooh, this is a bit of a tough one.
Seeing as Matusadona is your
I have not thought about
you're
this.
sailing from Kariba town to Tashinga main camp of Matusadona, what direction would you travel in?
You travel in westerly direction.
Okay, be a little bit more specific.
Southwest.
Correct. Right, 2 points. Conservation, maximum points for you there. Well done. Right, we have what we call our halftime break, and then we come back, and this is normally the tricky part because it's where your opponent actually gets to ask you about yourself. So it's all pretty interesting. So don't go away. This is the Conservation Games coming through to you this evening. Stand by.
Our wildlife needs help. Tourism to Africa is at an all-time low. You can assist by liking and sharing the Conservation Games. You can contribute financially by hitting the donate button on the Zambezia.com website. Let's get together and back up the frontline conservation team.
Right, welcome back. Okay, second half. Now, this is where Tawanda will pick 2 questions to ask Brendan de Jong.
Okay, in 2008, you had a great year on the nationwide tour. You led the money list for 7 straight weeks. What was your percentage of top 25 finishes that year on this tour?
Pause. How much either way?
I'll give you 5 either way.
50%.
It was one of your best years to date. If you can remember, your average round was 69.78. You won the Xerox Classic.
That's a long time ago, Pause. Top 25 finishes.
Yeah, top 25 finishes.
Top 25.
80%.
Okay, it's incorrect. 60%.
Oh.
60%. This is where it gets interesting, like I said. But fire away to Wanda. Second question.
Okay, let's go. What were your 4-round scores at the Masters when you finished 37th at Augusta in 2014?
How did I know you were going to ask that question?
Lucky guess.
$74, 72, 75, 73.
Okay, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to give it to you because 74 is correct, 72. Then you had 76, and then you had 73 on the final day. So it's a fair thing. To Wonder, you happy I give him the points for that?
Sure, he can take them.
Brendan, tell us about playing at Augusta. My goodness.
It was brilliant, Paz. And I played with Tom Watson the first 2 rounds as well. So sort of getting all of his stories from, I think he's won there maybe twice, but getting all of his stories from the 40-odd years that he's played was pretty cool. You know, we had that Zim connection as well. His unfortunately late wife was Zimbabwean as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So instant connection there, and actually became pretty good friends and still are, which was super. But you know, it's unlike anything else. The place is very, very special to any golf fan around the world. There are times when you feel like you're treading on eggshells, but it really is a magic place.
Fantastic. Okay, right. Tawanda.
When was the first Cape to Rio race, and how many entries were there?
Ooh, okay. Bit of history. The first one was held in 1971.
Correct.
And I think there were 31 entries.
1971 is spot on.
I'm trying to remember the number of entries.
Quarter of a point for that.
I'll give you 1 point. So
it was definitely in the 30s. It could be 34.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It's actually 58. But I'm going to give you the point for 1971. Interesting question to ask you, Tawanda. Have the types of boats changed much since 1971?
They have quite drastically. So a lot of people these days are using high-tech boats, which are pretty much composed of carbon fiber fully. And they've got hydrofoils that pretty much elevate the boat out of the water. So you're pretty much gliding along the water. But they haven't really been adapted for offshore racing that much. So you'll find the boats that are like trimarangs that are just meant to break records, or lighter boats that have composite of carbon fiber.
Okay.
But they have changed. They have changed quite a lot. They're a lot faster, a lot slicker. They just also look really great.
What gives you the adrenaline to go and do a race like that?
Just trying to explore, trying to see what's out there, trying to accomplish something that's quite irregular for someone from a landlocked country. So just trying to inspire the youth as well.
Excellent. Okay, you need to get some points. Right, Brendan, your second question to Tawanda.
All right, Tawanda. What was the name of the team boat that won the first Cape Toria race?
Ooh, I do not know this one. The name of the team boat.
Yeah.
Oof. I think I know the person who won it, the skipper. I think it was Robin Knox Johnston.
I can't confirm that.
What's his boat called? I have no idea.
Okay, it was a tough question. The correct answer is Ocean Spirit.
Ocean Spirit.
And they actually did it in 23 days and 42 minutes.
Okay.
Tell me, have there been any deaths or stories of lost boats in the Cape Toria?
So there have been a couple of deaths. The most recent ones, I think it was one person that passed away in 2014. There was a massive storm that came off the southern coast, came right off Cape Town.
Yep.
And it was really, really hectic. Many boats retired from the race, actually. So I think probably 10 boats actually did the race in the end. And the people had a dismasting situation, and one of the guys ended up drowning.
Wow, sad. Cheapest. I'll take my hat off to you. Right, guys, after those 3 rounds, I can tell you everything is even Stevens. Brendan, 8 points. 8 points. Now, this is where we have fun, because the wacky wild card, and I have the cards here, 5 cards. Tawanda, I want you to pick a card, please.
Could I pick the third one?
Number 3. Okay. Could you please perform the fish eagle flap and call?
Okay.
Okay.
Hope you guys are ready.
Right, we're ready.
Okay, I've got my wings here.
It's just got the Star newspaper, yes. Not bad. Not bad. I am going to give you 3 points.
All right.
Right, so that takes you to 11. Right, 4 cards left. I'll just mix them all up again. Brendan?
Second one from your right, boss.
Second one from my right.
Yep, that one.
Right. That is a hippo yawn and grunt.
Hang on, I need to get some room here.
Okay.
Can you see my pool, Pod?
Yes, I can see your pool. Yeah. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
You gotta admit that, Tawanda.
That was pretty good. Kudos, Brendan. Kudos.
Right. 4 out of 5. So that means, Tawanda, you just get scooped by 1 point. But take nothing away. It goes towards your team total. That's what matters at the end of it. So your team captain will certainly be delighted. Who's your team captain, by the way?
It's Hilton Mudariki.
Okay, well, Hilton will be very happy that you've missed 11 points. So well done to you, and well done to both of you for playing. It certainly was excellent. Are you right there, Brendan?
Yeah.
By the way, what's the weather like in North Carolina at this time of year?
Yes, it's hot, Pod. It's been warm. Probably mid-30s the last week.
Oh,
I'm a bit jealous.
And Joburg's a little bit chilly, isn't it?
It's a little bit chilly. We've got a cold front coming in on Friday. Not looking forward to it.
That means Harare will probably get it on Monday.
True, yeah.
Guys, just before we go, let's just talk a little bit about conservation. Obviously, preserving conservation going forward.
You know, Paz, obviously we need money. This needs money. It needs tourism, and obviously the tourism is going to create the money. So, you know, getting involved in an initiative like this has been absolutely eye-opening. It's been nice to be able to promote a bit of awareness on this side. You know, obviously the Americans love to go over there and see all the animals. They don't understand what goes into preserving them and creating the unbelievable, you know, habitats and everything else for these animals. So, as I say, it's been extremely eye-opening. You know, they sent across a couple figures, Robin and Luke, that I had absolutely no idea. So it's going to be a long fight, but it's an absolutely wonderful cause, and you know, very, very honored to be a part of it.
Tawanda, where do you see conservation heading, and what would you like to see changed with conservation?
I think it's heading in a good direction, especially with the Conservation Alliance being at the forefront of such initiatives. A lot of people getting involved in conservation, a lot of awareness being built around conservation, and a lot of money being poured into conservation. I think it's going in a positive direction now. One thing that I think needs to change is just the attitude of many stakeholders. You know, there aren't enough people that give it the care and the respect that it deserves. And I think if we just grow the awareness, and people who have a voice, people who have a platform to speak, sort of raise the awareness and support it, others will follow. And that will create pretty much just a support system where our parks are taken care of. They're generating revenues. They're looking after themselves pretty much. And people are enjoying just being in the nature, seeing what nature has to offer.
Okay. What are your plans going forward, Tawanda?
So I'm just finishing up my studies here in Joburg, after which I plan to go overseas, do a bit of sailing while studying there as well. And then also looking forward just doing more offshore sailing, while I also try to juggle a career in economics or finance.
And any chance you'll be coming back to Zim anytime soon?
I'll be coming around to visit, definitely. I think as soon as the lockdown restrictions are a bit looser, I'll definitely pop in. I'm looking to also try and do a bit of a holiday thing in Zim, probably go to Kariba or the Vic Falls area.
Well, certainly look us up when you do come to Harare, because certainly we would love to hear more about your Cape to Rio trip, and I'm sure a lot of other people would love to hear about it as well. Brendan, enjoy your trip to Naples in Florida next week. Give my best to my family, please. And please work on my brother-in-law's golf swing. Please give him a little bit of help.
Take in 1 week, boss.
Yeah, please just help him. And send our best to your folks. And guys, keep safe. Thanks again for playing the conservation games. And look after yourselves.